What's good? Shout out to the real sports fans out there, the real boxing fans out there. Something spectacular sports. Let's get it. Look, the two best, I'm saying it. These fights are being overlooked. Listen, October the 18th, Artur Beterbiev, Russian, undefeated, 14-0, 14 knockouts, IBF champion versus Alexander Gvozdyk. Both top-ranked fights, unification. That's a real meaningful fight for the 175 division, because we may see undisputed at 175. Of course, I do not see if Canelo beating Alvarez, if he wins, fighting Artur Beterbiev. I don't see it. I see him fighting Gvozdyk, but Artur Beterbiev is a different, and I'm going to get into that in a second. And the other one is Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor. Those are 50-50 fights. I project Regis Prograis being the best at 140, but looking at Gvozdyk, the way he handled Ivan Baranchyk, he had a few holes, but that's a 50-50 fight right there. And that's for the WBA and the IBF. So those are some two big fights right there. You're not sure who's going to win. Now, another fight that's meaningful for unification is Errol Spence and Porter, but most people have Sean Porter losing that fight. So that's why I say the biggest 50-50 fights of 2019, because Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, ain't he doing it in the UK. This is going to be super meaningful because early next year, in the middle of next year, we should have a 140 undisputed. Just like at 175, we may have undisputed. Now, Egis Klimas, the manager of Gvozdyk, I'm sure he would put his fighter in there with Kovalev if Kovalev beat Canelo. But that's another story. But I got my predictions, my early predictions, starting with Artur Beterbiev and Gvozdyk, because I still might go to that fight. It's in Philly, North Philly. Shout out to Philly, 215-267. I still might go to this fight. I got Artur Beterbiev. I think he's going to stop Gvozdyk. It's a 50-50 fight because Gvozdyk is nice. It appears, because Beterbiev is a big puncher, 14-0, 14 knockouts, and he has good movement with it though. And one thing about Beterbiev, he's a good body puncher. And looking at Gvozdyk fight, Gvozdyk is comfortable fighting at a certain range. Once you get past that range, being as though Artur Beterbiev is a good body puncher, that's going to make Gvozdyk very uncomfortable. Now, we've seen when Alexander Gvozdyk fought Adonis Stevenson. Shout out to Stevenson. Hopefully he's getting better and better and better. We all know that fight. See, a lot of people don't look at the fighter who caused the damage having psychological challenges too. So now he's fighting a guy that's not playing with him. And we all know there's a big rivalry between Ukraine and Russia. Beterbiev, Russian, Alexander, bronze medal winner from the Ukraine. So that fight is going to be amazing and very, very meaningful. It'll have two belts, and that's just going to be what it is. Me personally, I got Beterbiev stopping him. I got Beterbiev stopping him within 6. Now, if it go later, one thing about Gvozdyk, he's very, very patient. But in the later rounds, he usually transition, similar to how he's not the same as I don't want to compare him to Lomachenko, but since they got the Ukrainian background, his game plan and the way he fights, he lets his hands go more in the later rounds. He has Teddy Atlas, because that fight with Adonis Stevenson was close. And we all see what happened to Adonis Stevenson. But Adonis Stevenson took a lot of punishment in a Badu Jack fight. So I see Beterbiev was stopping within 6 rounds, between 4 and 6 rounds, because Alexander Gvozdyk starts off late. And he's a good counterpuncher, but he fights best at just like one range. But when you get past that range, like I believe Artur Beterbiev will do, then they do it. Now, like I said, Gvozdyk got some pop in his punches too, and we seen Artur Beterbiev get dropped by the I forget his name, Calum Johnson, the UK guy, but he came back and knocked him out. So that's why you can look at it two ways. You can say, oh, he's chinny, Gvozdyk gonna catch him with the counter punches, or you can say, you know what, that's good experience for Beterbiev, because you're not going to just roll through everybody. You're going to have to create some challenges. And by you having to overcome some type of challenge, then that puts you in a better situation for fights like this. So I look forward to that Artur Beterbiev fight. That's going to be amazing. Like I said, I got Beterbiev. If Andre, put it like this, if Andre Ward was fighting right now, the only guy at 175 that I see having a chance to beat Ward is Artur Beterbiev. Kovalev, Gvozdyk, and Bivol, no, they don't got a shot. But this Beterbiev guy, yeah, he's like the Khabib dude from, they both Russian guys, both Russian Muslim guys. He's like the Khabib. If they market him right, he can be like the Khabib of boxing. They just gonna have to get behind him though. But the other one, Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, I've been liking Regis for a few years now. But after watching Josh Taylor and seeing how he can fight and switch, fight on the inside and outside, and I still have questions about Regis Prograis. That's just the way it goes. I got Regis Prograis winning 55-45 chances, but this fight is going to be even closer, in my opinion, than the Beterbiev and the Gvozdyk fight. I can literally see Josh Taylor winning if Regis doesn't hurt him. But I believe Regis Prograis' game plan is going to go to Josh Taylor's body, because Josh Taylor is tall. I think at the end of his career, he can move all the way up to 154. And he's not like Luke Campbell. He's nice. Don't have a whole lot of fights, but we've seen him get hurt against, I believe, Victor Postal. Regis Prograis is a good puncher, and he has explosiveness, which I like, because if he gets you hurt, he goes 0 to 100 in a couple seconds and to finish you off. I like that explosiveness about him, and I like the fact that his last few fights, he was working on his defense. So he's just not coming in there relying